From Reston, Virginia at the Skate Quest of Reston. We've got hockey on this Friday night. It's the Loudoun Valley Woodgrove Vikings and Wolverines against the McLean Highlanders. So happy to have you with us here for this DMVstream.com broadcast. Here to tell you the story, I'm Brian Gardner, located inside the glass between the two penalty boxes, right next to the scorekeepers. Going to be a unique vision and a unique, I guess, narrative telling all of you listening at home how it's going from inside the glass for these two teams. Both of these teams hunting their first win of the season. Loudoun Valley Woodgrove 0-2 on the season. They've struggled early so far, been outscored 19-6. Struggled defensively, haven't been able to get things going. They'll try and turn it around a little bit, led by their leading scorer, Adam Price. The forward has 2 goals and an assist. Had 1 goal in their opener, and which they lost 8-2 against South Lakes a week ago, and then a goal and an assist in the 11-4 loss against Patriot the following Sunday. Jack Woody also has 2 goals for that Loudoun Valley Woodgrove team. For the McLean Highlanders, they're an original charter member of this league in their 13th season. Lost to a solid Chantilly team in their opener, a game in which they got down 3-0 in the first period. Coach John Sherlock tells me that the early deficit in that game probably had something to do with the first game jitters. They've got a very, very young team full of sophomores, just 2 seniors, 4 juniors on a 21-player roster. The game was 4-3 in the third. The Highlanders gave up a couple of cheap ones trying to hunt that game-tying goal. What we're looking at from McLean, the leading scorer is Grady Payne. Coach Sherlock calls him a force. He's a top all-around player. 1 goal so far in the season. He had 8 and 5 assists in 10 games last year. Been a varsity player since he was a freshman when he contributed 8 points. In his freshman campaign, numbers have increased every year. He was the 2nd leading scorer last season. They lost a player who scored 14 goals for them in 10 games. Chris Cardwell's a solid defensive player that Coach Sherlock refers to as a pest in a good way. Great on the penalty kill. Always anticipating getting in the passing lanes, and really smart player, especially on the defensive end. He had an assist in that 6-3 loss against Chantilly. Sherlock tells me that he's very proud of the ability on the PK and the fact that they don't take many penalties. Calls his young squad very talented and is very high on his team in general. Going through warm-ups to either side of me inside the glass here, McLean in their white jerseys, they've got black numbers, white letters on the black stripe across the shoulders, black shorts, white socks with a red and gray stripe, also a red and gray accent along the hip area on the jerseys. For Loudoun Valley Woodgrove, they're dressed in black jerseys with white numbers and white letters, a Loudoun Valley ice hockey logo on the chest. They are the Vikings, or also a Woodgrove jersey signifying who comes from what school. That's really interesting, seeing one of these split squad teams, the way they present themselves on their jersey, both as Loudoun Valley and as Woodgrove. They have gone through their opening warm-ups. The horn is sounded. The 2 men who will be between the pipes for this one, we're looking at Josh Carlson for the McLean Highlanders, the freshman making his first career start. On the other side, we're looking at Mike Fiedler. He's played in both of those 2 games so far for Loudoun Valley Woodgrove. He'll get his 3rd starting nod of the season here. 3 games in just a week's time, as their opener, as I mentioned, was 1 week ago for this Loudoun Valley Woodgrove team. Now playing their 3rd just 1 week later. Of course, 0-2 on the season. Losses coming against South Lakes and against Patriot. McLean 0-1 with a 6-3 loss against Chantilly.